Sports time now, and we say a very good evening to Mark Seal. Feels as though I haven't seen you in forever.
Just a couple of weeks, but I'm glad you missed me. We're going to start with track and field, though. St. Albans Primary and Good Shepherd have retained the boys and girls titles respectively, as 11 records were erased when the Andrea Blackett Zone took center stage in the 2020 edition of NAPSAT today. St. Albans amassed 263 points to win a hat-trick of titles. They were 87 ahead of second place Good Shepherd on 176. St. Cyprian's followed closely behind on 170 in third. Now, in the girls division, Good Shepherd were repeat champions with 231, followed by Sela 165 and St. Joseph 155. CBC's Damien Best pulled today's shift at the National Stadium.
Not the ideal conditions for the little ones, but hats off to those who were determined to succeed. This is the open boys 800 meters, the fastest of the three sections. Aidan Moore of St. Cyprian set about his task of conquering the field by establishing a sizable lead in the opening stages of this two-lap event. Josiah Gall of St. Albans Primary had a visual on Moore, but slicing into the lead would take some work. But I tell you what, Moore never looked jaded, steady throughout, and will cruise across the line in 2 minutes, 46.97 seconds. Rainfall, sunshine, it really doesn't matter with the next set of athletes on the track. Under 7 girls, 50-meter dash. Good Shepherd has a star in Nyan Gooden, a blistering 9.53 seconds, and the form was straight out of the manual. Section 4 produced the second fastest time among the girls. Standing start and gone. Lane 5, Diamond Hunt of Guess Who, Good Shepherd, pulling away to seal the win in 10 seconds flat. Julia Arthur of St. Lawrence just nipping Janae Connell of Ignatius Bar on the line for second. Due to adverse weather conditions, we were unable to show you the fastest section of the under 7 boys 50-meter event. Kimani Beckles of St. Lawrence, though, ran 9.53 seconds. He was the fastest of the sections. Moving along smartly to the under 9 girls 80-meter dash to Ryan Brathwaite of Sela. Reeled in Destiny Mears of St. Joseph Primary, then departed the scene with haste. The time 12.99 seconds. Shaquilla Watson of Good Shepherd, she collected 8 points with the second fastest clocking. She's in lane 3. Those little arms were pumping and the strides were lengthy. 13.37 at the tape. Well done. For sure, we had to highlight Samaya Butcher of Allerton Primary. Put 6 points in the bag for her school. And yeah, completely dusting them off, stopping the clock in 13.44 seconds. By this time, the boys were anxious to get going. Christian Whitehall of Hilltop Preparatory laid down the law in this section 1. Going, gone, 12.64 seconds. Section 3 to round out the highlights. Malik Greenwich in lane 2 versus Keydon Waterman of St. Cyprian's, who was finishing like a train in lane 6. Too late. Greenwich had done enough. 12.69 seconds. Andrea Blackett Zone, a done deal. Damien Best, CBC Sports.
Well, thanks, Damien. And the meet continues tomorrow with the Anton Norris Zone. Moving on now to horse racing, where entries for the 2020 edition of the Sandy Lane Barbados Gold Cup close next Wednesday. And so far, there are officially 11 for the feature race. The update from horse racing commentator Lyndon Yard on CBC's radio call-in show, Let's Talk About It Sports on QFM. He says the March 7th race at the Garrison Savannah will be a keen contest, with defending champion Celestial Storm facing some serious contenders.
Renaissance Frolic will fly in from the United States to represent Sir David Seal, the most successful owner in the Gold Cup, with 7 victories. So we'll be looking for win number 8. And this is the horse that I think on a resume they will all have to beat, despite the fact that Celestial Storm will be defending her title. 2 horses are due in from St. Lucia, the China Horse Club, who are the innovators of the Royal St. Lucia Turf Club, namely Colonel's Pride and Rumbayo. And they should be arriving anytime soon. We have 2 from Trinidad as well, Awesome April and Trinity Aviator, who they both competed at Santa Rosa Park last week, where Trinity Aviator emerged victorious, and we're expecting their arrival as well. The Antiguan entrant, Burndown, is already here. We see what he has done so far. Had a go wrong last race day. Didn't do too well, but it's more about getting the experience. And then, of course, Rising Star also competed in the final prep race for the Gold Cup, which is the Como Home of Champion States, where he finished a creditable 4th, and he needed that run, the experience and the exposure as well. So all in all, it's lined up to be a fantastic horse race.
BTC's liaison officer Mohammed says spectator interest is peaking with the hype surrounding the annual pre-race events, and the Grand Slam is already sold out.
We have 2 activities. The Sunday before, which is the March 1st, we have our annual cricket match rivalry with Springhead, which is the co-sponsors of the co-company of the Gold Cup sponsor. And we have some names there that people could come on and see perform at the pitch instead in the saddle. This is Sunday, March 1st at Wanderers, 12:30 p.m. And then the pre-Gold Cup activities is on Friday the 6th, starting at 4 p.m. where we have scurries, running races, we have some giveaways, sampling. So it's a family day out.
And we're going to start with cricket, where Barbados and West Indies all-rounder Deandra Doughton says she's grateful to be playing at the upcoming ICC Women's T20 World Cup in Australia after almost calling it quits on her cricketing career. A major injury which caused her to have surgery on her right shoulder back in June last year saw Doughton out of commission for months until recently. Her last appearance for the Windies women was a year ago against Pakistan in Dubai in the last match of an ODI series.
There were points where I felt like, yeah, I was actually getting somewhere, and then there were points where I'm like, feel like I taken like 50 steps back or just stuck. So it was, I was so close to a point where I just said, well, you know what, that's it. I just think, I didn't think that I would have actually be like back with the West Indies women's team or even back playing any cricket at all. You know, I just said that I didn't even think that I would actually be able to use my shoulder how I want to use it, but I was like so close to actually like saying like, you know, I think I should call it a day or a career.
Doughton was speaking a few days ahead of West Indies women's opening Group B fixture against Thailand on Saturday at Perth. She reflected on how she handled the stress to be finally back onto the field.
Well, the surgery was successful, but the road to recovery, it had some challenges. You know, it wasn't easy at all. I had to find like means and ways to, you know, keep on the positive side and have some extra confidence. Been times I've felt down. You know, I felt like giving up at times, but I had to find I basically did a lot of praying, and also having my best friend just text or call away to keep me motivated, you know, and giving me that belief to continue to you know, keep believing and working in order to get back.
The ICC Women's World Cup begins on Friday with hosts Australia taking on India in Sydney from 4 a.m. Barbados time. Live coverage will be on MCTV's ESPN channel. Former West Indies player Dennis Ramdin has been axed from the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force side. This comes months after regaining a place on the Windies T20 squad and only weeks after being recalled for the 4th and 5th rounds of the regional 4-day championship for TNT. The veteran wicketkeeper batsman missed the opening 2 games of the current campaign while serving a ban from last season, but has now found himself out of the 13-man squad that was announced for the 6th and 7th rounds. Chairman of Selectors Tony Gray attributes Ramdin's omission to his lack of form. The Red Force will leave next Monday for St. Kitts, where they will play the next match against Leeward Island Hurricanes. starting Thursday of that week. And the TNT team is in 5th place in that 16 tournament on 46.6 points. Incidentally, Barbados Pride lead the standings with 84.2.